again. Remember a few weeks ago, we heard the Bible story of how John baptized Jesus? And when Jesus came up from the water, the sky opened and God's voice came down from heaven saying, "This is my son." Do you remember that? Well, in today's Bible story, we're going to hear about John again and how he told everyone that Jesus was more important than he was. Remember that all of these stories are not just stories, but they are true events that point to God's big story of redemption, or keeping his promise that he would send Jesus to rescue sinners like you and me. Well, today's story about John is found in the book of Matthew, but also in John. And do you remember what Miss Annabeth said last week? What types of books are Matthew and John? What types of books are Matthew and John? That's right. They are gospel books. All right, let's get started. So Jesus and his disciples were in the countryside, and people came to see them, and Jesus taught the people about God. Many people were baptized, and John the Baptist was nearby. He was baptizing people too. Some of the people who followed John began to argue, and John had talked about Jesus, so they went to John and said, "Teacher, Jesus' disciples are baptizing people, and people are starting to follow him." John answered, "I told you that I am not the Messiah. I am a messenger who goes before the Messiah to tell people that he is coming. Jesus must become greater, and I must become less." God sent Jesus to earth, and Jesus speaks God's words. Everything Jesus says is true because God always tells the truth. God the Father loves his Son, Jesus, and he has given Jesus power over everything. Whoever believes in Jesus will live forever with God in heaven. All right, let's see what our key passage is this week. Our key passage was actually in today's Bible story. So the key passage is from John chapter 3, verse 30. Let's see what it says. So John chapter 3, verse 30 says, "He must increase, but I must decrease." He must increase, but I must decrease. John said these words about Jesus, and it was his job to tell people to get ready for Jesus. Jesus was greater than John, and John was happy to step aside for Jesus to begin his work. All right, kiddos, we're going to finish with our big picture question. Do you remember our big picture question from last week with Miss Annabeth? Our big picture question is, why did Jesus become human? Why did Jesus become human? Well, Jesus became human to rescue sinners like you and me. Jesus became human to rescue sinners. All right, kiddos. It was so great to see you today. See you next time. Bye.